our little house for 3 days here on Gilly T. If I talk for long enough, then you'll see some horse and carts, because there's no motors on this island. So there's no cars, no nothing, no scooters. Anyway, there's electric scooters here now, which I like. Wi-Fi and airplanes, I have very mixed feelings on. So you need a plan, right? You need a plan. You need a plan because you need to know what you're doing next. And you need a philosophy because that steers the plan. And a lot of people are obsessed with strategy. And back in my corporate consulting days, what would happen was that people would write down a strategy, even some like 3-year strategies at the beginning of the year. And about 3.5 months in, the strategy was out the window because things changed. And over 2 decades of doing this, the amount of times I've seen an actual strategy actually, fully come through intact and complete and, have everything done in the strategy. It's like, I don't even remember that happening ever for anybody, myself included. So this is my plan, right? I have 3 categories that, I generate value in. One of them is I need a way to get leads. So I run a book funnel and I run something called the Daily Client Machine. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Luckily, both of the ones I have right now have worked for a very long time, so I don't need to do anything. The next plan is to generate customers. I need to generate customers and have something to, a way to generate customers so I have something to sell people so I can then get into the third category, which is finding clients. So to generate customers, I sell $100 workshops, I sell $300 courses, and I sell $1,000 programs. I'm checking both ways for horses. There aren't any. And thirdly, I have clients. So I have clients who I help get to their first 3K offer. I help people get to 3K a week. I help people get to 3K a day. And I help people get to 3K a day recurring. And I have each of those people in different categories, right? And when I say I've got a plan to do all those things, what I mean to say is it's utterly flexible about how the plan comes together. Because you know what? I don't really care how it comes together. I don't really care in the sense of when I have a plan for something, I need to make sure it works when I get it into the marketplace. When I have a plan for something, I need to make sure that people buy it. And when I have a plan for something, I need to make sure I enjoy delivering it. And through the course of, a year, I will find things that work extremely well to get people results that I hate delivering. I will find things that I love delivering, but don't actually work for other people. So they're more of a hobby than, a business. And so during the course of those things, I kind of course correct. But if I was like completely rigid in the idea of a strategy that I had to do these certain things for people, I had to do it this way, I would get trapped. I would get trapped in doing things that I didn't want to do. And I'd get trapped in doing things that were necessarily lucrative and generated money, but were unenjoyable. And I'd probably get potentially trapped clients and making them and getting them to do things that maybe didn't actually fully serve them. And so when I think about plans and philosophies, we just have a basic view and a philosophy of how to do things. And this, this is the basis of the sovereign system, that we have a plan, we have a philosophy. We have a plan of, okay, we've got a plan to generate leads. Okay, we've got a plan to generate customers. Okay, we've got a plan to serve clients. Everything inside that is then subject to what actually happens in reality. What does the market do? How does the market reward us financially? How do we reward ourselves to what we do? Is it enjoyable? Is it lucrative? Is it both? Which is obviously the panacea. But a strategy of like, we have to do this, we have to do this, and I see a lot of people following these really rigid doctrines and business models, and some of them unfortunately are successful at it because all the time they put themselves in places that really doing stuff that they don't want to do, And once the person they've learnt it off or their mentor has kind of come to the, I'm kind of out of ideas thing, then often that's when they either have to give up or they have to look for an alternative out, or even worse, they're trapped inside it, and it's actually making money. They've made commitments and promises to people that they can't unwind, and they don't know what to do. So you need a plan. You need a plan to, orientate yourself what to do next, what to do, and ultimately where you're going, and a philosophy on how you want your business to serve your life. But I don't think you need a strategy. Strategies, can be so damn rigid, and they're not necessarily designed for you specifically. So I love a good plan, especially when it comes together. But I think strategy's desperately overrated.